Hi everybody, welcome to our last vlog for 2017. Today I will just have a quick chat about the Essential Skills and Demand List review which took place last week. Charlotte did touch on this a little bit with the last vlog, so I'll go into a little more depth and explain what the lists actually mean, because a lot of our clients come to us confused. So I think it's a good opportunity to just talk a little bit about what is the immediate skill shortage list, what is the long-term skill shortage list, and what do they mean and how it might affect you with your application. So immigration do a review twice a year, it's biannual, and they take a couple of occupations, review them, make sure they should still be on the list, and look to add other occupations on the list. So we've got three different lists. We've got the long-term skill shortage list, we have the immediate skill shortage list, and we have the Canterbury skill shortage list. So just firstly, what do these lists mean? You have the long-term skill shortage list, which, as the name suggests, it's for occupations that have been in demand for quite some time. There's been a long-term skill shortage, hence the name. So with the long-term skill shortage list, a lot of people who are applying under the skilled migrant category can claim bonus points if their occupation is on the list and they also meet the requirements. So a lot of people find themselves on the list because, let's say, they might be a nurse. Nurses are on the list, but you have to meet the requirements, and they are quite strict. So the long-term skill shortage list, this has a bearing on skilled migrant, which are residence applications. If the applicant has an occupation that is on the list and they meet the requirements word for word, then they are able to claim bonus points under the skilled migrant category. The long-term skill shortage list also has a bearing on temporary visas, and it makes it easier for an employer to hire a migrant because there is no labour market test involved. It is presumed that there is a skill shortage already, and there is a need for people to come through and facilitate those shortages. With the immediate skill shortage list, this is different to the long-term, and it only has a bearing on temporary visas, so essential skills visas. And what it means is, again, the labour market check has been satisfied. If an employer wants to hire a migrant, there is deemed to be a known skill shortage, the employer doesn't need to prove any evidence of advertising. Now, this is only the case, to remember, if not only is your occupation on the list, but you meet the requirements. So, for example, if you are a builder, carpenters have just been added to the list for next year, which is awesome because the construction industry is really struggling in New Zealand at the moment. Now, we don't know what the requirements for a carpenter to be on the list are yet, but it is presumed that it's probably going to be that they hold equivalent to a New Zealand National Level 4 qualification in carpentry. There might also be a requirement to have work experience as well, but we don't yet know. So keep in mind, your occupation not only needs to be on the list, but you need to meet the requirements that are clearly stated next to the occupation, so that's really important. Yeah. So with the long-term skill shortage list, there's been 5 occupations taken off, but more importantly, there's been 12 that are going to be added, which is awesome. So we've got accountant, we've got carpenters, carpenter joiner, we've got plasterers, midwife, motor mechanics, we've got plumbers, tilers, plasterers, vehicle painters. So funnily enough, these are the same occupations that we get rung for most days from employers to see, have we got anyone that they can employ us. So there's definitely a known shortage in those occupations. So these occupations that I've just mentioned are for the immediate skill shortage list, and most of them are in the construction industry. So if you are watching this vlog and you're thinking, well, I'm not on that list, what does that mean for me? In fact, most of our clients do not relate to any of the skills and demand list. But what is really important is that you understand you are still eligible to move to New Zealand. All these lists do is make it easier for an employer to hire a migrant because they don't have to go through the same, if you like, hoops as other employers do when it comes to advertising the position, trying to hire a New Zealander for the role, and proving that there are no New Zealanders available. The skills and demands list, as long as you meet the requirements, makes it easier for you to get a temporary work visa. If you're not on that list, it does not mean you're not eligible for a temporary visa, and it doesn't mean you're not eligible for residence. The best thing you can do is perhaps give us an email or jump onto our website and fill out the eligibility form, and we can have a look at your CV and let you know if you are in fact still eligible for a visa. And lastly, I just want to say I wish everyone a happy and safe Christmas. It's New Zealand Shores has had an awesome 2017, and we can't wait to get back in touch and see how everyone's holiday was and work together in 2018. Our office does close tomorrow at midday. Eddie's already on holiday, lucky guy. The rest of us are leaving tomorrow at midday. So make sure you get in touch with us if you need to before that time. We will be checking emails over that time if there are urgent queries. Some of our clients do have applications processing with immigration, so we will make sure that we are checking our emails daily if any visas are approved over that time, so there's no worries about that. Immigration are closing tomorrow as well, and they are going to be reopening on the 3rd of January. That is when our office opens. Some of us are coming back on the 3rd of January, some of us are coming back on the 8th. So until then, I hope you have a safe and happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and we will see you next year. Bye bye everyone, see ya.